Welcome to the Geek Show, fellow geeks, where today we will be talking about A Town Called Terror, Book 2. Published by Image Comics, written by Steve Niles and Simon Krasinski. Simon Krasinski is the artist, actually, I'm sorry. Scott O'Brien is the letterer. Simon Krasinski is the cover design logo. So let's grab a drink and discuss. So, in this book, number 2, it starts out with our hero, Henry West, describing a dream that he had as a child. It's a nightmare. And it's like every night, and his mother, would always say, hey, it's going to be better in the morning. His mom would always respond, sometimes it'd be better, sometimes not. And his father never responded, never cared. So we jump to him being in his father's house. The last issue, he had been kidnapped by his family, his father, and brought back to the town called Terror. And so, Henry meets up with the butler or servant, and he gets taken into his dad. And his dad, it's heavily implicated that his dad had died and come back because, it's not implicated at all, because Henry says, how's your funeral? And so a bunch of people came. Half the people were happy to see me, and like, what about the other half? And he said that he had, this time, so he's died more than once, he was brought back by a group of people, like a family who lived in a trailer park, that neither Henry or his father seemed to care much for, but they had skills, a certain set of skills, and you could tell, right there that it had something to do with sewing people up. The relationship between Henry and his father is very, very strained from the way they're conversing, and Henry doesn't want to be there. He's like, I want to go home. My wife kidnapped me. I'm going to go home. Father's like, you went outside the family. F you. You're gonna help me. So I guess Henry's mother had tried to contact some people on the other side, did something wrong in the procedure, and got taken. And Henry's father wants him to get her back. And he's like, yeah, what about brother and sister? And father's like, they're fuck-ups. They can't do it. You have the right skills to do this stuff. I want you to do it. And in the argument, it comes up to, you will do it. And he's like, okay, I'll think about it. Then you have Henry's wife talking to the cops, saying, hey, my husband's been kidnapped. And then you have, who is this? Henry, he's driving across town, and he goes and visits his brother and sister in a bar, which is kind of a shady-looking bar. And it sets up some pretty interesting stuff. I don't want to show you where it leaves off because it's kind of interesting. But that's the premise of this part of this book. One thing is Steve Niles, he wrote 30 Days of Night, and he does Criminal Macabre, all these different other stars. And his worlds are a little off. I mean, he has monsters, he has vampires, he has werewolves, he has all that stuff, but they're not the same as the commonplace stuff. They're always just a little different. There's something askew about the characters, about the places, about the monsters, the way the monsters are done, and it's just really fun. Yeah, I don't want to keep using the word fun, but it's fascinating. It's like, okay, what is going on? Because all the characters in here, in these stuffs, none of them are good people. They're interesting, and some of them are just flat out creepy. But people get into these such effed up situations, and the stories just kind of take all these different turns, and you want to keep reading them just because you want to know where it's going next. And this is no exception. And with his comics, they're always... it seems like he always has Simon Kradzansky doing the art. And if you can see, he has a different style. Kind of a otherworldly... I'm looking through this through a kind of a tainted lens type of style, which works for the story, and because it makes you pay a little bit more attention. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell who's talking and all that, but it works. I'm gonna stop saying really. It's entertaining, and I love his stuff. I can't recommend this book anymore. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 and just say pick up the first two, because this is only 2. And if you don't want to go back, just wait for the trade to come out. It's worth it. 4.5 out of 5. And so what do you think? Did you read it? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.